Alright guys, welcome back. So we're going to go over episode 12 today. So the first things first we're going to worry about is cooking and getting our health and stuff up. So if you didn't know, the last version update just came out. We're currently on version 9.2. So we can now raise health and stamina up to 300. That's the biggest change out of that. So as you see here, I'm at stamina of 299 and I have health of 126. Health's going to take a lot longer to get up to 300. But stamina's where it's at. So if you want to get your stamina up, you're going to need to have cans on you. Personally, 5's plenty. The rest of them you can pretty much just throw away unless you want to make a bunch of food to store in the fridge. So once you have your can, then you'll need food. Well, you'll need a melon and some watermelon. So what you're going to do is take the melon slice, drop it on the ground like you would the fish. Then you right click on that and harvest. That's going to give you half of a melon, as you see here. Then you're going to go to the food prep table, put half melon down, half watermelon down, and then add 1 can. And that's going to make fruit salad. And fruit salad is what gives you 1 stamina for every fruit salad that you eat. When you eat that, you're going to get the can back as well. It's also good for energy and thirst. So if we wanted to, we can make another one. Oop, I don't know why I put the pan on there. Why did I even pick the pan up? Alright, so we need a can. Well, I guess I just grabbed 1 can. Let's grab 2. That's a fruit salad's made. So here we have pans that are made on top of the stove. I went ahead and built out a kitchen. So there's a couple fruit prep tables. That's just for looks. We have a refrigerator that's made. It's not currently running because we don't have enough power. If you want to make the fridge run, you just open it. You can drop items on these little slots here and then drag them back out. So that's how much inventory space you can hold. To turn it on and off, you need to toggle this button on the bottom right. But like I said, we don't have power for it right now, so we're not going to mess with it. It's just built out for the kitchen, so we can have like a nice look in here. So this is the sink. Once the sink is made, your water issues are solved. So you can just press E here. Let's see. Yeah, we have some thirst, so we're going to drink that. So we're now down to 139 on our water. You just drag that over here and you do take water, just like you would from a pond or a river. And it'll give you clean water. No more need to cook your water, boil it, or anything like that. That only works once you have the... We went ahead and built the living room out here too. But that only happens once you have the water house built, which we have right here. So there is a distance radius on the water house. It's like, I want to say it's 24.5 foundations. So if for your sinks to work and your greenhouses to work as far as providing water, they need to be within 24.5 foundation spaces of the water house. Alright, so now then that we have meat and a stove and all this good stuff on us, we can make meat stew using the food prep table. So to do that, so do still have the cans on us. Let's store these in here for now. Alright, so I went ahead and gathered up a bunch of raw meat, potatoes, and raw fish. So we're going to go ahead and grab as much of that as we can carry. And this is what's needed in order to raise your health stat. So you're going to do 1 raw meat, 1 raw potato, 1 raw fish. And you just hit craft. It'll give you meat stew or stew mix. I don't know why I keep calling it meat stew, but stew mix. You're going to cook that on the pans on the stove. So just add all those up really quick. And as you can see, that's only 1 hit point per. So it's gonna take a while to get to 300, but it's totally worth it. You'll feel pretty invincible in the game once you get that high. Now, why can't I click on what I need? I don't know. If you gather a bunch of this up, if you want to, you can store it if your fridge is powered on in there until you have enough to make it. If not, when you remake it, it restarts the timer because all my stuff was getting low on time. So now you have 30 minutes before it goes bad, except for on what was already made. So we need to. This should be. They'll leave that in the crate maybe. Yeah, see, these are all in 16 minutes, so they're gonna go bad soon. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and get this going, but we're going to want to make another pan just to make it faster. But we're going to go ahead and throw 3 on here. So you just add coal or any type of burning source you want to the stove. And then you're just going to drop your stew mix on top into your pans. You'll see it change states from the 2 pieces of raw meat and the fish. It'll change states to like a full soupy looking thing in a minute. And it's got the little white circle showing that it's cooking. You can also make a pot if you want, which will allow you to boil water. That's the only use for it now. I'm sure we'll get more recipes for it later. But let's see, where are you at? Pans. Alright, so for your pot, it takes 3 iron ingots, and for your pan, it takes 2 iron ingots. It's made on the workbench. So let's go ahead and head downstairs. Went ahead and moved our clothing storage up here too. We've started rearranging down here because we're going to move these around and get the bigger ones soon. Let's see, where I don't know, I didn't need to come all the way down here. Forgot we keep the iron upstairs now. I need to get some more iron. I'm getting kind of low. I feel like the only thing we have plenty of right now is cobalt. So then we crafted a pan. Now we can cook 4 at a time. And as you see, I am currently at... We're going to press G to turn our hit points and stamina on permanently. So as you see, we're at 299 stamina, so that's going to cap out. But we plenty of room for expansion on this. So on the stove, you'll just take this pan, you'll drag it over, drop it. And you can see the stew mix, or the meat, or it's meat stew now. So stew mix is what it turns to on the table, then it's meat stew. That's why I keep calling it that. So then we're going to pull the meat stew off, and we'll add on more of the stew mix. And just let that cook up. So we'll go ahead and eat some of this just to show y'all. So as you can see, we're, like I said, $2.99 here. We'll eat our fruit salad last just because we'll get thirsty from eating all the proteins. Our health is at 126, so we'll eat 3 of these. And now we're at 129. Then we can eat one of these and you should see everything else will jump back up. You get your can back. And we'll save the last one for later. And now we're at 300 stamina, so we can run all day. And so that's going to be it on that. I'm going to cook up all this and then we'll be right back in just a second. There guys, so welcome back. So while we're doing the kitchen, really quick, I wanted to go over another thing that changed. So we can now put drying racks as a version 9.2. We can put drying racks on top of foundations. So we're going to do that. In order to do that, you can't move these while there's anything on them. So you have to take all the food that's on them off. So we'll grab this one. And we're just going to take it upstairs and place it in our kitchen. So that was a change that a lot of people requested, and so the dev listened, and he went ahead and made that possible. He just assumed people were going to just use fridges and keep their food in there and make more advanced food, because the more advanced food gives higher stats and takes up less space. So you get weight, like this is like having a watermelon, a melon, and a bunch of other stuff all on you, but in a can form, and then you can just store that in here. And then once you power the fridge on, it just freezes the timer, so it stops going bad. And as long as the power doesn't go off and the fridge doesn't turn off, it'll stay forever. But so that's just one thing I want to go while we're in the kitchen. Our last meat stew just finished. We can go ahead and eat that. And then we'll eat our fruit salad. So now we're at 142 health, 300 stamina. And with that, let's go ahead and check out the changes that were made. So let me get that screen swapped over. Where are you at? And then we need to unhide it. Okay, so version 9.2 mini update. Change cement half wall, change to a brick half wall. Health and stamina max increased from 200 to 300. Players can increase these by eating advanced foods such as meat stews and fruit salads. Change, quite a few have been asking me to look at the control panel widget and identify which components are actually running or not. He's added some text colors and checkboxes to identify them. That's just so you can see on the power box what's actually on and off and how much power, like it showed it to you before, but now it's easier to tell what's doing what. Changed, another popular demand has been to allow the drying racks to be placed on foundations also. At first, he thought the outdoor area should be required to dry the meats, but after getting many requests for it, he decided to allow it to be placed indoors as well. Change increased oxygen depletion time. You can stay underwater for longer, so fishing is a lot easier now. Less chance of dying. Here's a photo of the half brick wall and the full brick wall. Here's just a screenshot of showing the health and stamina being increased. And then here's the new picture of the power box, showing the way everything's lit up. So pretty much this ceiling lamp's on. These are off because they're red, because you can turn those on and off. Then the fridge here that he has built and the oil extractor, they're both on. So it's much easier to tell what you're using now. And then there's, of course, it's got your power in, power out, power stored capacity, and all the other good stuff. And then just a picture of a drying rack. Bug fixes. Dying while drowning would cause a player to respawn and keep drying, or keep drowning after respawning. When loading a game with a horde not active, the amount of enemies left to kill would read something like 5 out of 0 left to kill. Bug fix, decreased frames per second when interacting with some crafting stations. Fixed, could no longer overlap spike traps if there were white ghosts. And then bug fix, AI would sometimes move and walk around after death. I had never seen that. That sounds cool. I wish I would have seen that. Alright, so that's the new changes with 9.2. And that came out, I believe, on the 13th. It hadn't been long, or maybe a little bit later than that, but it hasn't been long. So, if you haven't seen the spike traps since the latest update of 9.1 and 9.0, you can now stack your spike traps. So, as you see here, mine are 3 high. You can also add them to like cliff faces and things too. So we'll run over here. I have not built a cliff base yet on this side of the map or on this save. But now you can place them, as you can see, you can place them like wherever you want. So you can just make like a cliff face wall of spikes. And you can get them a little bit closer and once you mess with it and stuff, but so that's the changes that have been made to the spikes, the spike traps, if nobody's messed around with that yet. And then another update, if y'all didn't catch the last video, is you can sharpen your tools to repair them now, which we'll go over that in a minute. But I probably won't need to sharpen them because I don't have them built out yet. But you can build the grinding wheel. It runs off oil, and so you'll use your metal tools, metal axe, metal hammer, your steel spear, and you can sharpen it here, and it'll increase its durability back to normal. And here's the picture of what's working. So that my fridge is currently off, and I'm just running the oil extractor water house because I don't have enough power right now. And it tells me where I'm getting my power from. So we're getting 20 power from 20 power per wind turbine at 10 wind turbines. So that's pretty easy to just to help everybody see how much power you have, what you need to build to get more. Alright, so next we're going to lay out some stuff and get some stuff changed around. We're going to move these and go ahead and lay out the new ones. And from there we'll see what else we can get into. Probably build out the new tools. Alright, so I'll see you guys in just a minute. Alright guys, we're back. So you might notice the webcam's off now. I had to turn it off because there's some graphics processing problems going on right now. So I'm really hoping this video finishes properly. We won't know until I edit it and we see how it goes. So something's going on with my computer. I don't know if the graphics card needs an update or what's going on, but hopefully this works out. So now we're going to go ahead and build out our forges. So those are unreplaceables, others. And we're going to grab the brick forge. And I'm going to get as close to the wall as I can here. I'm just going to cheat it over a little bit. So when you lay these out, and that one's backwards. So when you lay these out, there's 2 different ways to do it depending on the look you want. So make sure the opening's facing you when you do this initially. And let's just ease it in there. So if you lay them all out while they're still in their ghost image, you can get them closer together than if they weren't. So if you go to move them after you do it this way, you won't be able to get them back as close as they are. So one of these makes up for 5 of these. So I think we're going to build 3 for now, and then we'll probably juggle stuff around later. Well, we might not build. We'll probably just build one out at the moment. Right, but so that's the equivalent of having 15 of these. The burn time on these are longer. You can put 10 per, as far as ore goes. They're kind of expensive. They take 50 dry bricks. So in order to make dry bricks, you're also going to need to have a drying rack. Let me see, drying rack, which are these brick drying crates. So you can just place these over. We're going to just put these over here for now. If it rains, they'll stop drying if they're outside. Yep. We'll just sit down 2 for now. So that's going to take 8 planks each and 10 nails. I think we've got some iron. It's that's steel. Grab 5 of these so we can bulk craft some nails really quick on the anvil. Right, and I turned foliage down too. Like I said, my graphics processing right now is not doing great. It's probably because I record and it uses my graphics card. So I'm like I said, I'm going to play around with the settings for that. But we'll get it all figured out here in just a minute. So we've got these drying crates now. And this is where you'll place your wet bricks to have them crafted. I do believe we have a bulk recipe for those now. Used to you had to do them one at a time. Yeah, so here we go. Wet brick takes 10 clay, 10 sand. Let me see, is that on the standard workbench? I haven't made these in so long. It used to be on the regular workbench. Yep. So we'll grab 10 sand and 10 clay. Hit craft and bam. So they take up a good bit of space, so you definitely want to have the more advanced backpack when you make these. And then we'll run over here, and I believe we can also alt right click these now to move them on there. Yep. That makes life so much easier. We used to have to drag them individually. So let's do one more of those, and that should give us enough. Alright, so we'll just let those dry out. They'll change states and they'll become dry bricks like the ones that we already have, which... Where do I have those stashed at? Right here, so we can go ahead and grab these and throw them on there. And these are what you use to upgrade your walls. So these walls can be upgraded using the upgrade tool, which we'll go over that in just a second. So let's go ahead and throw these on there. Then we need to grab 8 iron. Okay, then we'll just let those dry out, and that should allow us to finish that last one right there, or that first one. Alright, so on weapons and tools, we've been working with the standard spear, the regular bow, we've had the katana, and the torch. Next to that is the stone hammer that is used to do repairs. So if you have the stone hammer equipped, you can look at doors and walls, and it'll tell you what you need in order to repair them if they're damaged. I don't think we have anything damaged. Yeah, okay, there we go. So we need 2 wood planks, and we can repair this wooden foundation. And you'll just, so we can do that right now if we want to. Just grab 2 planks, look at whatever needs repairing, and just click once, and bam, it's repaired. Back to 100%. So now we want to get the more advanced tools though, so we'll go over that really quickly. Let's go ahead and store everything. So if you try to craft tools or weapons and you can't, it's because you don't have any backpack space. So one of the new items is the steel spear. In order to make that, we need to make a steel tip And we need to make the then it's just like a regular crafting recipe. So let's grab a piece of steel. I believe it's on the anvil. That'll give us the steel spear tip. Then we need to get 3 sticks and 5 plant fiber. And then we'll go to the advanced workbench, add those items there. And now we have the steel spear. So that is what this is used for. Let's see, I don't think we can do anything with it while it's not damaged. I'm gonna grab 4 of these oil. And then you right mouse button to sharpen it. Is there anything we can hit? I guess we could just throw it a couple times. So we lost a little bit of durability, so let's see if it'll let us sharpen it. Yep, so now we're sharpening it, and it's back to 100% durability. And that works for the steel and iron stuff. So for that, let's go on to the iron axe and the iron pickaxe. So we have to craft the heads for those first. And that's going to be 3 iron for the iron axe head and 2 iron for the pickaxe head. So we need 5. These are also made on the anvil. So there's our iron pickaxe head. There's the iron axe head. And these have a lot more durability and they do more damage to trees and stuff. Let's even go put these nails away. Now we're going to need 1 stick each to craft these. And then go to the advanced workbench. There's our iron axe and then our iron pickaxe. So as you can see, they look a lot cleaner and a lot nicer, more finished. Alright, so then if we want to upgrade stuff using the bricks, we'll need to make the upgrade tool, which is this right here, which is 1 stick and 1 iron. And that needs to be made on the regular workbench. So there's our upgrade tool made. And now if we equip that, you can look at the walls and door frames and windows and you can see what it requires to upgrade stuff. So for like this door frame, it's going to be 6 dry bricks. For the doors, 8 iron ingots. For the windows, it's going to be 2 iron ingots. If you look at the foundations, it's going to be 15 cement. So if we want to make cement, we're going to have to make one of these mixers. It takes 40 power. So we need 4 electrical parts, 4 mechanical parts, 20 iron, and 10 screws. Is that all the electrical parts I have left? Alright, I'll have to do a bunch of crafting to get some more electrical parts made up, so we'll have to wait on that. So we'll go over making cement and upgrades it later once I have more stuff put together. I thought I had more on me. Alright, so there's more stuff we can make though, so we can use our bones now. So let's grab a stack of those. We're going to need some rope. Alright, so with this we can make the, let me see, where's it at? We can make bone shards using the regular workbench. So 1 bone you can craft with that. That gives you 3 shards. You can put 5 bones. That's bolt crafting. That's 3 shards per bone. And once we have those made, we then just do the same recipe we normally would. Go ahead and bolt craft some rope. And then on the advanced workbench, we'll add 5 rope, 5 feathers, 5 sticks, and 5 bone shards. And that's going to give us bone arrows. Bone arrows don't break like the stone arrows do, so you can just use them over and over again as long as you don't lose them. And that's the arrows we're going to start using from now on. So let's just store all that here for now. So that's pretty much all the new stuff. There is another spear. It's the bone spear. So it takes 1 bone shard, 3 sticks, and 5 plant fibers. And it has more durability and damage than the regular spear, than the stone spear, but less than the steel. So let's grab 5 of these. And we already have the bone shard on us. And in order to make the bone spear, you have to use the workbench. Oh, I stored all the bone shards, my bad. Let's grab one of those. And then we can craft the bone spear. So pretty much in progression, this is how your weapons are upgraded and the different looks they have. All the different tools, and as you slowly progress. And now we have everything made as far as that goes. Now we just need to get our bigger forges made, get all of our walls and windows, doors, and stuff upgraded, and we'll be headed in the right direction. We do need more power. As you see here, our bricks are now dry. So you can just look at that and press E. Or you can activate the workbench and just right click and grab them. And we'll add those to our forge. And there's the brand new forge. It works just like the other forges. So here you see how you have all these slots. You'll add a piece of coal here, and then you can just smelt a bunch of ore. Like I said, 1 row is 10, so we'll just grab 1 row of that. Alt right click to move them over, add that, and then we can just set it on fire and it'll smelt 10 ore at a time. And that's how you can start getting your power and stuff to where you need it. We went ahead and added more power. So, but now you see we have the mixer and the fridge. We still don't have enough power just yet. We do have enough for the fridge now because we're at 280. And that's going to be it for this video, guys. So that's how we get all of our upgrades. That's how we get all of our new weapons and tools. That's how you sharpen the tools. So now we can run around with our nice axe, our nice pickaxe, and we can use our spear for fishing and hunting. And then, of course, we just have our standard bow. So I hope this video helps you out, guys. Be sure, as always, hit that like button and subscribe if you feel like it. I'll get some more help videos out soon and some more play videos out soon. And I'll work on this GPU issue so we can get all the graphics turned back up to max and see what's going on with that. I think it's just something to do with my recording software, and I need to adjust some settings on it. Because the infected is running pretty high. It's running at like 80%. So that's why I turned off all the fires and turned the foliage down this time. And yeah, so that's, like I said, that's going to be the end of this video. I hope you guys like it. And I'll catch you guys on the next one.